So, 6th graders, we're going to move on to multiplying and dividing rules for positive and negative numbers, okay? The reason I'm combining these lessons is that the rules for multiplying and dividing are the exact same, okay? Now, we learned when you are minusing a negative, what can you change that to when you're adding or subtracting? Minusing a negative, what does that become? A plus sign. Okay, the two negative signs cancel each other out, and it becomes just what? Just a plus sign. Okay? Pay attention, please. It becomes just plus. So when we had 5 minus negative 5, what's 5 minus negative 5? No. 5 minus negative 5. 10. The changes to just plus. Minus negative or minus minus. Now, you can remember that when you're doing multiplication or division. If the numbers have the same sign, if you are multiplying two numbers and they're both negative, the answer will be positive. Because this rule, minus minus, make it plus. Okay, make it positive. The two minuses, the two negatives cancel each other out. So look at this example. Negative 5 times negative 5. What's negative 5 times negative 5? Not negative 25. It's different than adding. If you were adding negative 5 plus negative 5, it would be more negative. Okay? But we're going to multiply. When multiplying, the two negatives equal a positive answer. That's the rule. The rule is very simple. A negative times a negative equals a positive. Repeat. A negative times a negative equals a positive. How about a positive times a positive? That equals a positive. Also, a negative times a negative is positive. Okay? When they have the same sign, the answer is always positive. Okay? Well, that would mean that if they have different signs, the answer is always negative. So, negative 5 times positive 5 is a negative answer, negative 25. And, for division, positive 25 divided by negative 5 is negative 5. Okay? Now, let's go to your assignment. Let's practice this. The first one. This is under multiplying integers. Okay? So, in the first one, I wrote P times P. Positive times positive. Okay? What's the answer going to be? They both are positive, so the answer is positive. So this is positive 16. Right? 3 times 6. What's 3 times 6? Again, they're both positive, so the answer is 18. 7 times 8.
56.
Positive 56. Okay? Now, let's skip down to number 6. Hey, Cole. Well, then use a pen. Okay, but don't interrupt the class right now. What's a negative times a positive? N times P. A negative times a positive will always be a what?
Negative.
A negative answer. They have different signs. One is negative and one is positive. Anytime these are different, the answer is always what? A negative answer. Whenever you have a negative times a positive, the answer is always negative. Whenever one number is negative and the other number is positive, the answer will always be negative. So 15 times 6. Anyone know 15 times 6? Think about it this way. What's 10 times 6? 60. What's 10 times, what's 5 times 6? 30. Add them together. 60 plus 30.
Negative 90.
So it's negative 90. Okay? The answer is negative. Why is it negative?
Because
The
negative
rule
plus
is-
a positive equals a negative.
We're doing multiplication though. Negative times a positive is always what? A negative times a positive. Come on, people, focus. Is always, it's always negative. A negative times a positive is always negative. Okay? What if it is a positive? Oh, I'm sorry, wait a second. What's a negative times a negative? What's number 7?
Positive.
That's positive. Why?
Because they have the same size.
Because they have the same sign. They're both negative. Two negatives. Okay? They cancel each other out. Minus minus equals plus. Equals positive. Say it. Minus minus equals plus. Okay? So a negative 12 times a negative 11. What's 12 times 11? 132. Positive 132. Remember, negative times a negative is a positive. This is positive 132. Now, this one is negative times a positive. It's always negative. So we got to do 19 times 7. Well, what's 20 times 7?
20 times 7.
140.
140. Now take away 7. Take away a 7.
133.
Negative.
Negative 133.
Negative 133. All right, we have a positive times a negative in number 9. What's a positive times a negative? That will be a negative answer, won't it? That's always negative. Why? Why is a positive times a negative always negative? Because they have different signs. One is negative and one is positive. Okay, the answer will always be negative. Okay? Number 10. This is a negative 21 times a negative 35. It's positive. Yep, both have the same sign. How about 0? What if it's 0 times a negative? It's 0. What if it's a positive times 0? It's still 0. Any number times 0 is 0. Okay? You get this?
Yes.
Remember, the rules are simple. Go through and you just have to look carefully when you're looking at these questions to see if they're both negative, if they have the same sign, or if they have different signs.